there is political reward in claiming you are offended. You know, you get a meeting with the Home Minister, the government adopts your position to, you know, on Allah, state religious authority in disagreement with the federal agreement can use the fact that some people are offended, you know, to take action and seize the Bibles. So this culture of offendedness, manufacturing of threats, fears, hatred, you know, Malays under threat, Islam under threat, is really bad for, you know, supposedly the Prime Minister's objective and public policy of building one Malaysia. You know, it's bad for social cohesion, for cohesion in a multi-ethnic, multi-religious country like Malaysia. Because it demonizes the other, and you see this on television in the mainstream newspapers. Those who are different from you in race, religion, opinions, you can't even have a different opinion. That is an insult, I'm offended, yeah? You make enemies instead of making friends and building bridges, which is what this country needs. How do we build a culture of tolerance, of understanding, empathy, or process? And I think what we desperately need is a process of civic engagement where we respect differences of opinion and argue and deliberate rationally to lead to informed judgments and decisions. And I think what makes it particularly difficult today in Malaysia is that those who play the race card, the religion card, the offendedness card are legitimized by national leaders and the mainstream media. So their discourse of hate and intolerance is actually projected as if it's a national discourse, when there are so many of us who disagree with that. You know, it's not the Malays, I get really offended when this is what the Malays believe, this is what the Muslims believe. I'm a Malay and I'm a Muslim and I don't believe in that, you know. You know, and this discourse, it gets promoted, screaming front page headlines on Utusan Malaysia, the 8 o'clock news. And really, I believe that much of these fears and threats to race and religion are manufactured really to serve short-term political gains. We know that. To prop up a regime that is fast losing popularity and legitimacy and respect. To prop up a segment of a community that is genuinely fearful that the entitlements of privilege and benefit that have enjoyed for so long in the past will eventually dry up. It's going to dry up. And so they're scared. To perpetuate a siege mentality among the Malays and enfeeble the Malays to believe that they would not survive and thrive on their own strength and merit. And there are many Malays, very talented, with very strong, able to compete at a global and national level, that they need political protection. If not, they will be decimated. I don't want to go through this litany of all that is wrong in this country. We all know that. But what I'm interested in is to really look for solutions. How can we all live together and respect and celebrate our differences?